All right, everyone, we'll start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll take questions.
Well, it was ugly, probably both sides for a long time, and just appreciate our guys, battling back from a game where we made everything to where we really shot it poorly in the first half, and I thought we got to taking some bad shots, and I didn't like our tempo. They slowed it down. I think the possession count was in the low 60s, and we'd like to have it a lot higher than that. So I thought in the second half we got the tempo going a lot better off misses, and we're a pretty good transition team off misses, and we shot the ball much better in the second half. But really consistent weekend or two-game series here for us defensively. We held them to 30, 30, 30, and 32. So I thought we did a really good job defensively, figuring some things out that way. And I thought we had some guys play really well. I thought we had guys come. Our bench played well. So it was obviously a good game. It's hard to win two in a row in 3 days against the same opponent, and so very pleased with the win.
Steve, you always talk about the. Go ahead, Pearson.
Go ahead. Coach, what was your message to the players at halftime with the lowest shooting percentage coming out of the first half?
Yeah, it was all about pace. I just didn't like our pace. Just thought we were really slow because we got a lot of stops in the first half. We held them 30 points, and our efficiency was like 81 at halftime. So I just thought we just weren't playing with the pace after we got stops, and so we didn't get out in transition and free our offense up a little bit. And I thought our pace was much better in the second half than it was the first half. But it was really about either you're going to go out there in the second half and you're going to worry about your shooting and you're going to get beat, or you're going to go out and guard better than they do. And I thought we did that. We beat them 40. We scored 46 in the second half. So we got things going offensively, but we continued to guard, and that was a huge key.
You always talk about those kind of 4-minute games, and then you guys really dominated that last 4-minute game. It was a 2-point game when you guys went into that, and you went on that long run. Just talk about the way you guys played in that last little stretch there.
Well, and we talked about that throughout the game. The 4-minute games were pretty much even throughout the whole game. That there wasn't much separation, and it was actually at the 8-minute mark we talked about it, that we had 2 4-minute games left. And if we just win these 2 4-minute games, we're going to win the game. It was like a tie 1-2-point game at that time. And then we took a timeout. I don't know exactly the time, but like 3.5. We had 3 timeouts, and so I took a timeout there. We were going to get a media after that. So I just thought our guys in that timeout, we just really challenged them that, okay, now we talked about it at the 8-minute mark. Now it's a little under 4 or 3 something left in the game. It's about who's going to be tough enough to win this. And I think in that 3:30, 3:40, we won it 16-4. So great credit to the guys. They made a lot of good plays down the stretch. I thought Zane was really good, and Warren was really good, especially in the second half. I thought both of those guys really came up big for us in the second half. I thought KJ did a lot of good things again. And then we got some really good guard play. I thought Grant, he's getting a lot of attention, and I thought he did a really good job of scoring when we needed him to score and assisting when we needed him to assist. Dez had a slow start, but made some big shots for us in the second half. So overall, very pleased.
Any more questions for Coach?
It might go to the final possession or something, and then Zane Meeks had some other ideas. Is that about as explosive as you've seen him? I believe it was 7 straight points in like a minute.
Well,
And,
Zane can do those things, and that's, I talked to him about that afterwards. That the difference in his first half and the second half was considerable, and he's got to be ready to play all the time, whether he's starting, whether he's coming off the bench, whether it's the first half, whether it's the second half. And I thought in the first half he had a couple turnovers. I think he had an air ball maybe in the first half, which is uncharacteristic of him. And I didn't think he was defending the way he's capable. The thing with Zane is he can do it. And I told him that afterwards. You can guard, you can pass, and obviously you can shoot it and score. It's just a matter of whether you're gonna put your mind to doing the other things other than just shooting. And when he does that, we're really good because he's a very good rebounder. And I thought his defense in the second half was considerably better. And when he guards, his minutes goes up. It's really a simple thing for him because we know he can shoot it. I know he can provide a spark for us offensively like he did late in the game, but I thought he guarded well in the second half, and that's huge for us.
Steve, how big was it to get that inside play in the second half? I mean, you guys really made a concerted effort to pound the ball inside and had one of your best shooting percentage performances of the season, but it was by getting inside, it wasn't outside shooting.
Yeah, we talked about that at halftime as well. That was something else we talked about from on the offensive side. I didn't think that we went inside enough. Coach Neal and I were talking about that with the staff, that we talk about we have to go inside out with our offense, and especially I thought against this team, really only one center in DeYoung, and they get undersized after that, and I thought we could hurt them inside. And I thought we did a much better job of, attacking the paint off the dribble. I thought in the first half we kind of dribbled around the perimeter. In the second half we went downhill, and we got some post feeds. We got the ball inside, and we started going inside out. And when we go inside out, that opens up our three ball to where there are much easier shots for us to take. So second half, offense really got to moving and doing the things that I thought we did a really good job in game one, and we got to get away from it in the first half in game two.
Coach, how important is it for such a young team to learn from a game like this, just how important those big plays are down the stretch, and that's
well,
the difference?
It's vital, Shannon, and it's something else is that these young guys are learning so much, and we even talked about it before the game. It's like because we prepared the last 2 days for Hamilton, and then he doesn't play again, and it's like, okay, guys, if you prepare any differently, you're going to be in for a fight because you just beat this team 28. They're going to respond. They're competitors just like you are. They're going to respond, and they're going to come to fight. And I just didn't think we fought near as hard in the first half than we did in the second half. And, yeah, we made some shots and those type of things, but you just got to fight and grind sometimes. And so it's a valuable lesson for them. I think there will be some individuals have to look about how they prepared. And it's not easy. I get that as a young player. But when you're moving forward trying to get better, you got to prepare the same way. And you got to come with that same fire and consistency. And we were fortunate because in the second half, that last 4 minutes could have went either way. And I'm awful proud of them because they found another gear, and they got some key stops. We made all of our free throws. What did we shoot? 20 for 22. I mean, we did a great job at the free throw line, and we shot a high percentage in the second half because we got the thing inside. So great credit to the team because they figured it out.
Congratulations, gentlemen, on the series sweep. What was it like for you guys to really turn the energy from the first half to the second half to get this game going in your favor?
Well, Coach jumped us at halftime. He was like, guys, you saw what happened last night. What are we doing? We're going to make shots, continue playing defense. We're going to be just fine. Continue playing defense. Play harder, play some defense, but we're going to get going. We're fine. We can score. Just play defense. That's what he was saying.
Saying after missing those, sorry, did you have something to say, Warren?
No, that was a great answer.
Okay, sorry about that. Saying after missing a handful of games, how good is it to be back in this series on the floor, especially contributing the way you did tonight?
Oh, amazing. I sat there at Wyoming and, obviously did not go the way we had planned on it going. And so it was hard to sit there and watch and not be able to do anything. And so we got out there tonight and I was fully ready to go.
For Warren or Zane, just how important is it, a game like this now, for you guys to build on and to build your confidence on that if you stick to your game, that the outcome will be what you want it to be?
I feel like it was definitely a big game. As you guys can see, with the back-to-back kind of dynamic, it's very tough to get a sweep. So I feel like the second game, although it was a dogfight and we started off sluggish, I feel like it was a great game for us.
Yeah, going off what Warren said, if something obviously works in a game, college coaches are very smart. If we see something that's working, UNLV is going to be like, all right, we're not letting them do that this time. So it's really weird because last year, you have up to a month, sometimes 6 weeks in between games. Here, you're like, all right, tip off, play. The second the final whistle blows, let's go dive into the film. Let's go figure out how we can beat them because we got 36 hours till we got to play these guys again. So it's a much different. I don't know if your approach is different, but it's a much different mentality of you got to stay locked in. There's no time to rest. We come back the next day, practice, and let's go beat them again.
what does it mean for you guys to get this rivalry sweep?
I mean, it's everything. This is my first rivalry after sitting out a year, and it's obviously different not having fans, but you can just feel it on the court. You can feel the tension. You can feel the rivalry, and I'm glad to get it. I'm glad to get the dub for the Wolfpack Nation.
Yeah, there was probably 80 people in this lobby today, and the energy was just through the roof. I mean, it's through the roof the last 4 minutes. It felt like there was 11,500 in here, but everyone knew. Everyone, you could feel it. It was like,
especially that
last couple minutes. It was like, let's go.
Question for Warren. What was it like watching Zane over there score 7 in a row? I mean, we see all the guards kind of getting all the attention with Grant and with Dez, but to see Zane go out there and get those 7 points in a row, that was pretty big.
Yeah, like he said, it was big, and that's what really sparked us in the second half, and that's what we really needed to get the win. So, I mean, it was great to see Zane to get those 7 points. He was working hard to get back on the court, and I'm really happy to see him that he's back on the court.
Zane, how good is it to show for both you and Warren? You guys were so focal in the second half to be able to go out there and get a lot of offensive production between the two of you inside.
Well, I mean, there's nobody that they have. I mean, I don't think anybody can guard Warren. So, I mean, that was just that. We were like, we're going to get the ball back more inside. And, I mean, I didn't have exactly the best first half of my career, to say the least. So, I was like, well, next shot's always going in, no matter what. So you just got to go out there and hoop. And, who cares? If you I shot the air ball, it's whatever, man. Next shot's going in. I mean, if nothing you can do, you can't sit there and hang your head. You got to go.
Yeah. On to the next one.
Just how important is it to have that mindset that you just can't get hung up on if you have a bad shot, you have a bad run, you have to keep going out there and just sticking to what you guys know.
I mean, there's no other option. You can't, like, Alim and I have a running joke that it's never our fault. Maybe someone turned the AC up a little bit and it messed the ball flight, or someone moved the rim. It's the next shot's always going in. Any other mentality just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks everyone. Thanks Warren. Thank you, Zane.
Thank you.
8-0, baby.